This little girl is Lady Anne Fitzroy. She had a very eventful early life. Married at the age of just 13, 2 years later, she had an affair with her father's lover, Hortense Mancini, and then 2 years later after that, she escaped from a convent, from a monastery, with a 41-year-old man. Born in 1661, Lady Anne was the illegitimate daughter of Charles II of England and his prominent mistress, Barbara Villiers. I recently talked about Lady Anne's sister, Lady Charlotte Fitzroy, in another video, so if you're interested, go and check that out. As the daughter of Charles II, Lady Anne's marriage prospects were great from the start. At the age of just 13, Lady Anne was married to Thomas Leonard, Baron Dacre. A lavish ceremony was held in Hampton Court Palace, attended by all the royal dignitaries, and upon this occasion, her father, Charles II, gave her a dowry of £20,000. He also elevated Lord Dacre to the earldom of Sussex so that his daughter, Lady Anne, could then become the Countess of Sussex. Although the marriage did produce some children, that did not mean it was successful, and indeed at the age of just 15, only 2 years into her marriage, Lady Anne was completely disillusioned. And that is when she met Hortense Mancini. Hortense was a French Duchess and she was a prominent courtier at the court of Louis XIV. She came over to England and she was determined to seduce Charles II, Lady Anne's father. But it seems as though she also seduced Lady Anne, the new Lady Sussex. The pair became firm friends very quickly and lovers. They took fencing lessons together and were often seen fencing in just their nightgowns. But of course, Lady Sussex's husband was not happy with this, and he took his wife to the countryside and basically made her stay there. It is said that Lady Sussex wept and kissed a miniature portrait of her lover, Hortense Mancini. The sad Lady Sussex was then taken to a convent in Paris, probably hoping that all of the drama at home would calm down. But she was not done. She was 17 years old and she wanted some fun. And so she essentially escaped the convent. She eloped with this man, the 41-year-old Ralph Montague, later the Duke of Montague. This absolutely scandalised everyone back in England. And it's actually said at one point that the Duke was a lover of both Lady Sussex and her mother. As you can imagine, Lady Sussex's parents were completely baffled by her behaviour. Her mother wrote this letter to her father, the king. She said, "I was never so surprised in my whole lifetime as I was at coming hither, to find my Lady Sussex gone from my house and monastery where I left her." She continues, "I never in my whole lifetime heard of such government of herself as she has had since I went into England. She has never been in the monastery 2 days together, but every day gone out with the ambassador, and has often lain 4 days together at my house and sent for her meat to the ambassador." As you can see, they knew exactly what had been going on. The fact that they were sharing the same house unchaperoned suggested that they could only be sleeping together, something completely scandalous. All of this had happened when Lady Sussex was just 17 years old. What an eventful life. Her life goes very quiet after this point. It seems as though Lady Sussex was basically made to go home, made to be reunited with her husband. But despite all of the help from people around them, the couple formally separated in 1688. Her husband was a terrible gambler and he actually lost some of their estate, so that did not go down well. Anne was actually widowed in 1715 and she lived on until 1721. She was aged about 60 or 61 when she died.